I must admit, I was wrong. I, like most people, expected this to kind of be over a little bit sooner. I was trying to look at this quarantine as a brief opportunity to get as lean and shredded as possible before returning to the gym to refocus on building muscle. I'm afraid that after nearly 6 months of maintenance calories and bodyweight workouts that I'm starting to hit a serious plateau. I definitely don't want to lose any more fat, and I definitely don't want to lose any muscle, so I need a new goal. That's why, moving forward, I will be taking a lean bulking approach. Lean bulking basically means trying to gain as much muscle as possible and as little fat as possible. First, let's clear something up. You gotta eat big to get big. Nope. You do not need a massive calorie surplus to gain muscle. You do not need to consume 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. You do not need to eat every 2 hours. I'm not going to dive too much into the science in this video. You can believe what you want to believe. You can do your own research. But from what I've learned, tested, and tried, here's what I know. Calories. A surplus of 10% of your daily maintenance calories is plenty, given you are on a solid resistance training program. And I know you know this, but you must be training properly in order to build muscle. Otherwise, you're just overeating. Otherwise, you're just hiring people and you're not telling them what to do. Tell them to build muscle. Tell those extra calories to get to work. Otherwise, they're gonna slack off and do the easy job, and those extra calories are just gonna be stored as fat. They're not going to build muscle. But this is not a video about training. This is a video about eating. So 10% more calories, that's it. I eat about 2,300 calories per day for maintenance. 10% of 2,300 is 230. 2,300 plus 230 equals 2,530 calories. And this doesn't have to be exact, so as long as I'm around 2,500 to 2,600 calories per day, I'm happy. And if you don't know how many calories you should be eating for maintenance, an easy way to figure this out would be to use one of the dozens of free online calorie calculators, but those are going to be a little inaccurate. Your best bet is going to be to track everything you eat for about 2 weeks, and if you maintained your weight, those are your maintenance calories. Protein. Research often suggests that about 1 gram per pound of lean body mass is plenty to gain muscle. Your lean body mass is your total weight minus your fat weight. I'm around 150 pounds and I'm guessing around 10% body fat. 10% of 150 is 15. 150 minus 15 is 135. That leaves me with 135 pounds of lean body mass, which means I should be eating at least 135 grams of protein per day. Meal timing. To maximize protein synthesis, in layman's terms, to build the most muscle, aim for 5 protein-containing meals per day. Simply divide your calorie goal by 5 and aim for that at each meal. Simply divide your protein goal by 5 and aim for that at each meal. So I'm aiming for 5 meals containing 510 calories and at least 27 grams of protein per day. And do you need to be exactly spot on with these goals every day at every meal for the rest of your life? No, it's just having these goals makes it a little bit easier to prepare and plan meals. It's supposed to make life easier. Obsessing over the minutia of these goals will make life suck. Don't make your life suck. What about fats and carbs? I don't care. I don't recommend avoiding either of these. I just say eat the quote-unquote healthy fats. Eat the quote-unquote healthy carbs, and don't worry too much if they vary day by day. This channel does not discriminate against macronutrients. Make food, not war. Now let's move on to food quality. And this is just my personal anecdote, but in my experience, when I'm in a calorie deficit, I can get away with eating way more processed junk food. But when I'm in a calorie surplus and when I'm eating more frequently, my digestive system is inevitably working a little bit harder. For my sanity and for the sanity of the people around me, I want to be eating more of the foods that generally agree with my intestines. You could definitely get ripped eating tons of packaged protein bars and fast food, but if I did that, there would probably be a symphony in the bathroom. I just like to use this as an opportunity to follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of what you eat should be considered quote-unquote healthy food, and 20% of what you eat could be considered treats. So those are my goals as I move into this lean bulking phase. Mabel is going to follow the plan as well, and we can get into meal number 1 now.
Tomorrow.
So what we have here is the Egg-Drop Oatmeal as featured in the last full day of eating video, and somebody is outside with a weed whacker, so I hope that's not super annoying. But I basically consider this Egg-Drop Oatmeal Advanced because it's just a step up. And so for this, I basically prepare a half a cup of the quick oats, and once that's made, I add all my toppings, 100 grams of liquid egg whites, 2 eggs, and then I season the hell out of it. Very important seasoning though, however, is this nutritional yeast. And you can't forget everything bagel seasoning. I don't know what it tastes like. It tastes like everything I've ever dreamed of. And after adding your ingredients, obviously there's eggs involved, so toss it back in the microwave for another like 2.5 minutes. I hit it with a pretty good dollop of Greek yogurt. That's just like a high protein replacement for sour cream. And recently I've started even sneaking some spinach in there just to get some added veg on. Speaking of veg, I also got this greens drink in this black-eyed peas cup. You're only as good as your black-eyed peas cup. But this drink basically just consists of future greens and fizzy C from Wild Superfoods. It's a company that I do graphic design for. I'm not sponsored at all to say this, but I just think they make excellent products and I'm stoked to work for them. Then also 5 grams of creatine, as we do when we're trying to build a little bit of muscle. And apple cider vinegar because it tastes good. So it looks like this meal is a little bit low on calories, but I do not mind because it's a meal that I can eat and then get up and go on the move. I don't know, oatmeal is like the active man's carbs. It's not like pasta. Like I have pasta and I want to go back to bed. I have oatmeal and I can just go for a hike. And while we're cleaning up before I go out on my walk, we are going to drink this leftover coffee from yesterday. It's half regular and half decaf. And I mixed it with about a half a cup of cashew milk. If you're mixing it with coffee or drinking it straight, cashew milk all the way. Almond milk though does have a place in smoothies, which we might get to later. And now that I'm thinking about it, nuts do not have udders, so I'm thinking it should be called cashew juice.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
And if you want to be consistently gaining or losing weight, that means you want to be consistently in a pretty similar calorie surplus or deficit. Now this takes into consideration 2 things, how much you eat and how much you burn. So you want both of these variables to be pretty consistent. So right now, on top of trying to eat a similar amount every day, I'm trying to walk a similar amount every day. So your workouts, the gym, that's generally where we go to build strength, not to, burn calories. Burning calories is best measured by your daily activity, which for me is best measured by my daily step count. So right now I'm trying to keep the steps around 12 to 13,000. In quite a gluttonous fashion, I do enjoy me a good post-workout smoothie. Now there's this huge myth in the fitness industry that you need this post-workout shake or something in order to build muscle. That just simply isn't true. As time goes by, we learn more and more that post-workout protein window is a lot bigger than we thought, so I don't mind just sucking on this for like an hour. I'm digging this cocoa collagen protein powder from Wild Superfoods, that company that I was talking about earlier, and I'm actually about to go do some graphic design for them right now. I mix it with 5 grams of cacao, 5 grams of coconut flour, 5 grams of chia seeds, and a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. Do not use more than a 1/4 teaspoon. Your toilet will be mad at you. And I also blend it with a cup of almond milk. Like I said earlier, cashew milk is for drinking and almond milk is for blending. Then I throw in a lot of fruit and a little bit of spinach. This is a great opportunity to break out the bananas. I'm a huge proponent of eating fruit no matter what your goals are. Even the higher calorie fruits are great for you and generally lower calorie than other snacks. But if you're trying to bulk, if you're trying to lose weight, it's important to know which fruits are higher and lower calories. In fact, I did an Instagram post on this recently. Here's the graphic I came up with. You'll see on screen that 100 grams of bananas is much more calorie dense than 100 grams of strawberries. And then I like to top this thing off with a little bit of powdered peanut butter that I mix into a very liquidy, almost a peanut butter sauce. Now, even though I am increasing my calories, I'm still choosing some relatively lower calorie options just because I like to eat. Mouth pleasure is good. So this is 6 cups of a delicious smoothie, and it is less calories than a lot of things that you could probably order at Starbucks. And last thing, I'm the kind of guy who never drinks alone, so while I'm working on this, I'll also be working on a little bag of Smart Pop popcorn. My man Orville is hooking us up with very quality ingredients and high fiber. Quite a large volume of food, but I'll be at my computer for a while, and I like to snack sometimes while I work, so let me do my thing.
3 hours later.
Come here. Meal numero 3. As you can see, it is a giant egg and vegetable wrap thing. This is a super quick and easy meal to make. Here's my basic method. I get 2 eggs cooking, then I toss in an entire bag of frozen vegetables in the microwave. After the eggs are done, I toss them on top of a wrap. I am still using the low carb wraps from La Tortilla Factory, not because they are low carb, but just because they are lower calorie and delicious. Not that we are trying to save room on calories. I just like to eat. Cover the wrap in some toppings. Today I use nutritional yeast and this delicious buffalo sauce called Happy Hour. Keep it hot. Fantastic. So toss some of that on your wrap and then toss the eggs on, toss the vegetables on, and toss the whole thing back on your skillet and just sear that wrap for a little bit, then close it up and seal it, and you got yourself a pretty quick, higher protein meal. And for those of you that haven't heard me say it yet, nutritional yeast is basically a vegan form of cheese, just it's mostly protein instead of mostly fat. And we are also revisiting the everything bagel seasoning from earlier, and this time we're even busting out some crushed red pepper flakes. Another thing to remember is to count your calories in your toppings. Most of these seasonings are 0 calorie, but the nutritional yeast, the everything bagel seasoning, and this buffalo sauce definitely packs a little calorie punch, as well as your sprays. Basically every 1 second of spray olive oil is like 8 calories, so good to factor into your day. Not that we need to be that precise, but hey, let's eat. Oh, that yolk break. When you cut into that wrap and the egg yolk just oozes all over your veggies and there's just nutritional yeast flying all over the place. It's getting all yeasty, it's getting all oozy. You're gonna have to turn safe search off to find this video. We're diving in, I'm going handheld, like a little piece of pizza. Oh, baby. So a couple of the meals today have been a little under that 510 calorie goal. Obviously, this is no big deal. You don't need to be exact with this. You just need to be kind of roughly in the right zone. Obviously, the whole day matters more than each individual meal. The whole week matters more than each individual day. Don't overstress the minutia. The reason we try to get healthy and stay healthy is to enjoy our lives. If the process of getting healthy just stresses you out too much, it's gonna be unsustainable, man. Whether we're trying to gain weight, lose weight, or just maintain, I think we can all take a step back, take a deep breath, and just say, it's okay. It's gonna take time to get there, but slow and steady wins the race. We got this.
5 minutes later.
I know what you're thinking. What's in the box? Well, maybe a more important question is, what's not in the box? And why is your entire laundry room stacked against the wall? Well, between you and me, I'm buying stuff. And on top of the cables and minimal gear that I already have, this is going to become a home gym. As expected, the Olympic weight bench is incredibly heavy and does not fit through this door. Plus it's all welded together. So over the next couple weeks, we're gonna be trying to cut it and then reattach it together with some heavy duty like industrial brackets and get this weight bench inside. But for now, it's right outside the door under a tarp. Don't steal it. And along with this, I've also got a squat rack coming soon, and I'm collecting every large mirror that I can find in any marketplace possible. And what's in the box? Honestly, it's like the least exciting part of the whole process. These are just new mats to protect the floor. And maybe we'll place those later, but for now I gotta go walk Mabel and get back to work.
1 pair of pants later.
Well, it is so incredibly hot and sunny out here. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a sandwich and a salad. So just a classic turkey sandwich on a regular ass white bread from a local bakery. It's the best bread you can get. Turkey, tomato, cheese, sauerkraut, and my classic mustard and sriracha combo. Plus we got a big ass salad with watermelon, tomatoes, cucumber, and a little bit of DIY dressing. So if you don't already make your own homemade dressing out of Greek yogurt, I highly recommend you start. Today's dressing is just made out of 2/3 of a cup of Greek yogurt, a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, a ton of dill, garlic, salt, and pepper, and a touch of 0-calorie maple walnut syrup from Walden Farms. Shout out to that 20% of processed foods we talked about earlier. It's a combo of the acidity and sweetness that goes together so well in that creamy base, and you would never realize that it's so much healthier than what you typically buy in a bottle at the grocery store. And the watermelon, so much better in ball form. And how could I forget? I'm always drinking sparkling water with apple cider vinegar. Cheers. Virgin Bloody Mary for when you're trying to party, but you're not really trying to party, you just like spicy tomato juice and don't mind having garlic breath. So in front of me, we have what is basically the quintessential gym bro meal. And in typical, that was kind of spicy. In typical gym bro fashion, I meal prep the chicken for the week. In typical dog dad fashion, I even meal prep some chicken for Mabel for the week. So on top of the sweet potato, we got a little bit of that leftover dressing from earlier, a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese, and for the chicken, we are going to be sampling some local hot sauces. My girlfriend showed up with these after work today and surprised me, so I am super excited, but I am gonna wait for her to test them out. So I'm just gonna eat by my gym bro self for now.
I was sitting where it's cool.
Thanks for the hot sauce.
Have you tried it?
No, it's just gonna help me. Ooh, that smells like a good curry.
I know.
All right, so Liv is here, but she's off screen. We are gonna try out these 2 hot sauces from Maestros, locally sourced here in McMurray, PA. Those are basically our neighbors. Here is the roasted ghosted garlic. I'm excited. And that's really good. It's a savory medium heat. It is made with ghost peppers.
It's really tasty.
It is really tasty.
Really good.
I want this to be like a pizza sauce. Put it on bread, put cheese on it. You don't even need the sauce at this point. I'm gonna dip into the curry fury. And I think this is actually gonna go good on the sweet potato too. It smells so good. Curry fury, going a little on the sweet potato. That's so good. Damn, curry fury is where it's at. I think both of these are 2 of the best hot sauces I've ever had.
This is less hot than this, in my opinion.
They're 2 different kinds of heat. The curry one actually packs that curry heat, like that deep in the mouth heat. So yeah, major shout out to Liv's coworker Robert for turning us on to Maestro's hot sauces. This is not paid promotion or anything. This is just, hey, I'm gonna be buying way more of these because they are 2 of the best hot sauces I've had in a really long time. And they're actually kind of hot too, so shout out to Maestros. You're doing it right.
Hope you enjoyed this brief construction montage.
So that wraps up another delicious and nutritious full day of eating to gain muscle. We are right on our step goals for the day, and we are about right on our calorie goals, just around 2,550. And that is including dessert, because no day of eating is over without dessert. Today, I got some of the Magic Spoon peanut butter high protein cereal. I think this is the best flavor of Magic Spoon I've had yet. I would love to mix it with the chocolate Magic Spoon flavor, however, because I feel like that would be just the Reese's Cup experience. And I'm definitely gonna toss in some cashew milk, because cashew milk is the superior nut milk for cereal. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you got something out of the video, I would highly appreciate a like and a subscribe to the channel. You can also support this channel by purchasing yourself some Magic Spoon cereal using promo code ChaseBaron at checkout for free shipping to get your hands on some high protein adult cereal. Now I'm out of here. We're gonna go watch Dark. And does anybody know what Dark is? Let me know in the comments if you've seen Dark on Netflix. If not, please watch it.